All right, I guess I just start the recording. Hello, everybody, including you, VOD watchers. Welcome to episode 200. Jeez, we're still playing. So, I guess, a couple things to mention is that yes, this is an early stream. Decided to change my streaming schedule. VOD watchers, it literally doesn't change. You guys are gonna see the video whenever it comes out. But I decided to start streaming in the morning because I want more time for myself in the afternoons. So whenever I get out of work, I feel like it's a lot less stress to do that. And this time I can wake up early and just focus on Minecraft, the first thing on my day, which is actually the original schedule. So a big reason why I decided to go with the evening schedule, like sometime a couple months ago, was kind of just so I can make more progress in GTNH, but nah. We're still gonna make progress. So the deal with the weekend streams is that yes, it'll be early for me, and I think it'll be good because I can actually focus on just Minecraft instead of like after work stress and whatnot. And also the streams will be longer because I gotta make up for that time, right? I think it'll be good for everybody. You will get a lot more EU people now. I didn't know there's a energy unit. GTNH has corrupted me to think EU is just energy unit and not Europe people. Defaults. So I also updated the pack like last night right before I went to sleep. So we're in 2.7.4 now. And of course that comes with the challenge of figuring out what broke and settings that I have to change. Like I do not like this. I know this is like a modern feature. Oh, I can do Shift Z. I didn't know that. Like with the item popping up to the left, I don't like this. Goodbye. I also don't really know how I feel about the previous items showing. Cheat mode is enabled by default for some reason. I think I can change that in mod options in the eye. Europeans are just an energy drink. Hey, Andropod. And Christian is kind of right. Yeah, I guess more European people will show, and like I think that is my primary audience. I don't know why, if I'm based in the U.S., but you know what? I can't say no to it. Yeah, Andropod. I decided to change my schedule to weekend mornings. This is actually the original schedule. So when I started streaming, it was this time. But I was mentioning it earlier mentioning it earlier. That's hard for me to say. That I went for a week, like evening streams, my time, so I could make more progress in GTNH. But then, recently I was like, you know what? I want more time to myself in the weekdays so I can do other activities, especially bring up my YouTube channel because it is kind of stale and I'd like to do something about it. So yes, we updated to 2.7.4, so I'm trying to figure out what to fix. How do I do this? Oh, okay, it was just that. Inventory. I don't like the history panel. Goodbye. There you go. So it may seem new to the newer audience, so people have joined later on, but to the OGs, this is the OG schedule. So I feel like we'll also be seeing familiar faces. Anyways, so back to the actual pack. The plan. It's been like 2 weeks since I last streamed. You know how it is. Easter comes on by, family activities, right? So I wasn't really able to stream much. And then I had decided also like earlier in the week to just do it on the weekends. And here I am now. So it's been like 2 weeks. So we're still working on the tier 8 rocket. And I think I had decided to work on Waterline next because we need the energy hatch for something. I don't remember what. Excuse me. How do I do that again? It's a standard energy hatch. hang on. UHV energy. This got my train of thought ruined. Yeah, like that. Okay. We needed for something. I think it was. I don't know. We definitely needed, right? But the issue with this was the quantum power ICs, which is minimum. I need grade 5 water, but I might as well work on grade 6. Yeah. But incredibly, you guys want to know the good thing? The base did not shut down in the entire 2 weeks that I was off. I checked a little bit last night just to make sure that nothing broke and like everything looks like it's running okay. So yeah, definitely this switch I have here works really well. I know, right? I don't believe it either, but it did not shut down the whole day. And if I check my fuel stock, we have 71 million helium plasma, which is more than what we can store. All that nitrobenzene we have. Rotors. That's all we need. We just need rotor turbines. We need the nitrobenzene and helium. And our base is okay. So we're doing good. Our base can survive. I gotta upgrade it though, of course, but it's a work in progress. Anyway, so I do want to work on grade 6 water. Right now we have grade 3. Flocculating. I'm not going to build it in the water tower. I'm actually going to move the water line, make it more this format here. And I think I'm just going to put it starting back here. Like all of this is going to be water line. So I guess one of the first questions I want to ask myself is how do I do this? Purified. This one. How does this work? And this is giving me a sense of nostalgia, believe it or not. Hang on, I also have to clear my throat. I guess that hasn't changed. So it's that feeling of waking up and playing Minecraft. And like with it being the first thing I do for the day, I think it brings that certain, like a certain feeling, right? Like, oh, today's a Minecraft day. Instead of coming back late from work and being, a little, and also like coming back from the gym as well right after work. So it's like a little tiring. I'm already tired, which is probably why I would stream like late every day. Anyway, so how the heck does this work? What I'm most concerned is with the 32 blocks along each axis rule. If I were to put this guy in the corner right here, heck, I might even put it back here, right? Not really doing anything with this space. So if I were to put it right here and then start building waterline stuff over here, and then more back here, that might be what I do because we already have the space here, right? There's no need to make more space if it's already there. I'll just put it right there then. Okay. One thing I got to make sure though is while we're setting up, do I have enough water? We have 1 million. I think we're okay. Okay, so let's start moving stuff. It looks like we're gonna have to read the reading on a Saturday morning. Oh, it's funny because the purification plant is up here, but like step 1 is right there, which makes no sense, right? But anyways, let's do this. What do you mean incomplete structure? Did you all break because of I don't know what? Nah, you're fine. I guess you're just not running. I'm gonna turn that off. If I just break it, does it like destroy my game? I don't know. You're getting broke anyways. So it does use these energy hatches, which is pretty useful actually. I'm just scared of breaking it whenever, yeah, I'm just gonna break it. Oh, you have water, right? Uh-oh, hang on. Not ice. Ice is gonna turn into water. So just do cobblestone. 64 million cobblestone only. But, you know, getting access to other tiers of water is also going to speed things up, right? Because the better source of water you use, the faster that some of the recipes in the laser engraver, right? And even cutting machine. There's some cutting machine recipes that you can do. Is there a sponge? I don't want to do that. Sponges weren't released until like later in the. Oh, they weren't really. Not gonna complain. I don't know where my stuff is. Sponge. Does it not work how I think it works? I guess I'm gonna do it that way. Oh, I'm drowning. After all this gameplay time, I still don't have a way of not drowning. I'm assuming I want to make this sponge. Am I really gonna add a chemical reactor recipe for this? Absolutely. You know, what kind of things can we craft in a chemical reactor? So you can craft all kinds of acids, circuit boards, and sponge. I guess I'll make like 10. You don't know how to make wool? How dare you? I guess an assembler over here. Look at this, you know, like, oh, we're making advanced energy hatches to power machines and one wool. It's so funny to me. What kind of question is this? Yes. I just find it funny. While we're waiting for the sponges, never mind. They're basically done already. I'll wait for all 10. So one thing I need to learn about the water line is how to do parallelization. Okay, that does work. And do you store your water? Oh, you don't. Okay, so you're cool. But like, how do I make more stuff? Because there is a rule for parallelization, I think, but I don't know how it works yet. Mm. I'll figure it out. Oh, you know what? I remember this plant having a weird multi-block. Type in the number and supply enough power. So is it just like normal? Just give it more stuff or more power? Because I know the water line is a little weird because it all runs off of this multi-block. So I guess it does the math entirely right and then figures out how much power it needs from there. Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's all good. And it is time to upgrade this thing because like being in UHV tier with tier 3 water, we're way past due. It's about time we do this. But that seems, excuse me, frog in my throat. That seems to be the general theme of a lot of this playthrough is like fixing things and like understanding that we have major bottlenecks that we're addressing. We are addressing a lot of things. There's always something to address though. I'll go ahead and build it right here. Like that. Yeah, you know what that works. Or should I? You know what? It'll be like that. Yeah, okay. So, how do I build this? It is a... How many block? It doesn't even tell me. It does. 7 by 9 by 8. I'm guessing it's 7 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3 up. Got you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the center. And then 3 up. 1, 2, 3 up like that. I'll go ahead and use a hologram projector. What do you mean you don't have enough of those? Or that? I think your issue is... Oh, did I not finish building it? It doesn't know how to do it. That's fine. A little manual labor never hurt anybody. You're okay. Yeah, this is weird. There's just like 2 blocks sticking out. Like this isn't part of the multi-block, I don't think. Which is really weird. Like it doesn't need to be there. I don't get it. All right, so how much energy should I supply this thing? I don't know. Give it a big energy hatch, I guess. I honestly don't know how much you're gonna take. There's no way you're gonna actually. It might depend on whatever energy we have available over here. So we're giving this 256 amps of CPM. How much can this reasonably hold? Reasonably hold. We have 64 CPM right there. And then this is 4 amps, which is 16. Right? I mean, obviously, like the long-term solution is just give this more power in the end, right? But I want to stick to this for now. So we have 64 plus 64 plus 16. 144. I'm curious. So, for example, the tier 6 water recipes here requires UV power, right? Will it work if I give it a 64 amp dynamo hatch or energy hatch? I feel like it will because we're making tier 3 water and we only have an LUV energy hatch going in there, so it does work. So I'll stick with the 64 amp CPM hatch for now, and then we can upgrade from that. And mostly because I already have one. Okay, so how the heck does this build? Am I able to replace something back here? By any chance? I would like to. And then a maintenance hatch can go basically on the front. It requires water to be placed in the tank. Okay. That's where the ice comes in. Are you not hearing footsteps? I guess I'm not walking around. That's fine. We're not cavemen. You have technology. Not enough ice, though. Okay, silk touch doesn't work, but I have to break it with my hand, which is very concerning because I'm going to drill through the entire multi-block if I do it like that. Do it up here. You know what? It's fine. I'm just going to do that. Yeah, it's like I was saying earlier. It's kind of funny that we're all the way out here in UHV and I still don't have any drowning protection. I don't know of another way of drowning protection other than the rings, like the Britannia rings. Because I know those do give suffocation resistance. Or the Thor one at least does, right? I don't know, but we're not really playing with magic this pack or this playthrough. Oh, that's it, right? Okay. Yeah, block that for some reason. And there we go. Where am I looking? The water line's over here, sir. What do you mean? Oh, I guess it doesn't like the energy hatch back there. Can I put it back here? Bugged water. No, it doesn't like it back here either. Can I put it back here? I may have to put it up front. Yeah, I don't know where the energy hatch would go. So I guess I'll put it like right here. Am I able to? Then I could put the energy hatch up there. That way I don't really interfere with a lot of controller access. Oh, you might also need water up here, right? That might be what it is. No, it said running fine for a little bit, but it might be the lack of water up here. What are you missing? Is it like tiered glass? No. I know I put ice everywhere. Maybe not the first two blocks. Let me double check. I mean, I've built this before. Why aren't you building this time? Oh, there it is. Okay, sweet. There we go. It's kind of a shame that the energy hatch has to be there of all places, but yeah, it absolutely needs the plasticizer casing, so I can't quite do that. That's fine. We'll just have a wire sticking out of here. It's relatively close to the transformer, so I'm not too concerned with that. Okay, so that's the first one. So let's try connecting it over to the transformer. So we're going to need a 64 amp dynamo hatch ZPM. I don't think we have one. No, we do not. So let's craft one. Our first craft of the day. And then we also need some superconductor wires. Circuit 4. I actually have a whole bunch over here. There we go. That should be plenty, actually. So while that energy hatch is crafting, let's go ahead and plug this in. I need a facade. I really like how it lets you do this now. Because I think by default, facades don't allow any connections through, but you can shift right click it and tell it what you want to pass through. So I'm allowing energy to be passed through. And then there we go. There we go. Look at that. Let's get my spray can. So we're painting ZPM cyan. There we go. I'll go ahead and plug it in right there. Actually, it'll look cooler. Completely unnecessary. It'll look cooler if I did this. Yeah, less bends. Again, very unnecessary, but you know what? I have standards that I have to live by. Are you done? Hurry up. No, you're crafting the energy hatch. You might have issues here though. That's definitely what happened. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. We're still working on that. So you got stuck on the dynamo hatch itself. So let's take out all the resources. Yeah, because you're not. Oh, what? No, you should craft. Did you just not? No data sticks found. Oh, I guess you. Oh, okay. The data bank just lost all of its functionality because it broke because of maintenance. I really need to work on the taping energy hatch. Okay, so you should be able to craft. Okay, okay. That's okay. That's funny. So I think one of the issues I had with that was the fact that we don't supply the research station with enough power. We don't supply something with enough power. I think it's the research station. How do I power it? Oh, we use this. Yeah, we were given this 4 amps of UV, but if I look at the taping maintenance hatch, this guy needs 2949, which is more than 4 amps of UV. So we can't even do the craft or the research until I give it more power. I'll do that later. We have a dynamo hatch, but I want the 64 amp one. Man, you know what I can go for? Some coffee or some like tea drink. I remember that's what I used to do. I would always have like a cup of either coffee or tea with me whenever I started my mornings. And now I forgot about it. I'll go grocery shopping later tonight and I'll buy some. I think it's important to drink a caffeine drink in the morning, at least for me, right? Okay, we got the dynamo hatch. Biblically accurate active transformer. And we will plug this guy in. So you're now 64 amps of CPM. You can go in there. And we turn on. There we go. So now you have enough power to run whatever. And now you're running. Sweet. Okay. But this thing doesn't like do anything by itself. You need to give it machines to actually run the recipes. And that's where the next one comes in. And we'll just keep adding machines. We're not going to have enough space, of course, but the next one will be back here and so on. So we'll start expanding back here as well. We basically have 3 rows of 3 groupings of machines going, and we've already expanded out this much. So I'd like to expand over here. All this empty space, we have a lot of it. Okay, so next step is this guy. Let's sponge all the water. Look at that. I'm guessing these sponges came out before the vanilla sponges. You have a machine controller cover. I'm going to take that off and then set it up a little differently. Okay, I'm getting quest complete because apparently I don't know, I'm getting quest complete. Okay. Let's go pick up everything else. So I got to figure out how I built this thing. Jeez, you're already using Platline stuff. Just for tier 1 water. I mean, you do unlock the thing in LEV tier, right? And I'm going to set them up a little differently. I'm going to have to relearn how it works, though, because it was kind of a set and forget for me. I put this stuff up, and then I kind of walked away from it, and it hasn't given me issues since. And it probably won't give me, it would not have given me issues, but, like, we have to add more, like, water purifier tiers to this. Why do you have so much sticks on you? Oh, because your output. That's right. Like, literally, who cares, though? Okay, so how does this work? Or how is this built? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it should tell me right here. 11. So we have space here for the qubit border. Okay, this is a little too wide, but that's fine. I can always increase it. How wide is this guy going to be, though? It's at 11, right? It's already wider than everything else. That's fine. Like that. Okay. And we'll fix this back part. We'll fix it later. So this guy's on 11 by 11, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here. And you are how many blocks up? 1, 2. Like that. Need my schematic. Right? Yeah. Okay. Then that's actually everything. Okay. So I would also need water, so I'm going to need more ice. Is that a message I see? 1 second. Oh, duh. The Discord message was me unlocking this random achievement here that I guess I didn't claim the first time. I'm more scared of drilling through the entire multi-block when I do this. Let's get my wand. You know, I also gotta say, again, it has been like 2 weeks since I last played GTNH or this server, right? This playthrough. And I missed it. I was missing it for sure. Oh, you know what? I think that's also made one of the bigger reasons why I decided to stream during the evenings versus just weekend mornings was because I wanted to play. Let's do that. I don't know if you're going to need ice there, but I'm going to assume that you do. But this new stream schedule is going to be like a trial. You know, try things out, and I'm not saying I won't stream during the weekdays, right? Like maybe I'll do one-offs. Who knows, right? But for now, it's going to be the mornings. But what's definitely missing, and I mentioned it before, is morning drinks. Because, of course, it's not the right time to be drinking soda. I mean, you can drink soda whenever you want, right? Do you? You do you. But for me, I would like to drink a coffee or a chai tea can go kind of crazy right now, too. But I don't have anything. I have chamomile, but I don't think that's a good idea because chamomile makes me sleepy. And I'm not trying to sleep right now. I just woke up. See, I know a little bit of vanilla. I know how ice works. You gotta break it and it drops a water block. Something like that. There's probably more rules to it that I don't exactly know because I play a lot more modded than vanilla. I'm pretty sure it works like that. Okay, there's the water for you. And then clarifier. Where did the other stuff go? Good question. So the water line's a little weird because it needs a lot of, like, what do you call it? There's like rules you have to do. Like it does tell me where does this stuff go, or like it does tell me what I need, but it doesn't tell me where it goes. So I can't quite just put it anywhere, which always kind of confused me. I would love to though. You don't need any access on the bottom, but you do. Hey, actually, let me get a qubit border going. Right there. Am I able to access the bottom? I would love to. Very unsafe though for it to be dripping water like that, but funnily enough, like water source blocks, like flowing water doesn't actually damage cables and machines. It's only rain. So you can actually put, it's kind of a weird fun fact, you can actually put machines completely submerged in water and they'll be fine. But as soon as it rains, it blows up. That's just the funny part. Oh, you know what I may have? Oh, no. Yeah, just do that then. The heck, really? I just realized it sticks out like that. Or, oh, that's because of all the blocks I'm missing, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind. Okay, so you do want that there. All right. Right there. Okay, sure. Now where are the other blocks going to go? Beats me. I would love to be able to just put this anywhere. And take a drink of water. I'm a little thirsty. Okay. So do you accept the output bus right there and the output hatch right here? Oh, that's the input bus. Oh, come on. I think yeah, I have an output bus, but it doesn't actually go. Oh, please face it correctly. Why aren't you facing correctly? Thank you. We have an output bus, but it isn't actually making anything. Or like I just kind of, it doesn't point anywhere. And then input bus. And then I'll go ahead and I'll leave the water hatch up here. And then you need an input hatch back here. Oh, you're going to give me the same issue, right? There you go. And I think that's everything you need. And then put the rest of the casings back there. Now, I don't know if you're going to actually build. You might need everything over here or even on the sides. I recall that being a thing. Like it only accepts inputs on the side. But again, it doesn't tell me where it needs to go, which is very unfortunate. Input hatch is like that. The reservoir hatch isn't even working. I think you will work if I put it there, though. Maybe it only works on the side blocks, but for example, the input bus doesn't even fill in. If I put it here, maybe it needs access to the water itself. Put the other input hatch right here. Let's try that if it needs access to the water. You're going to be facing that way the whole time, right? Oops. Let me lock that off. Try to turn that on again. You know, it'd be nice if you told me what you needed. Unless I can actually use the schematic here. But take off GT no hatch. It should tell me. That is a .1, I think. Okay, so it looks like it would be... So that one is... No. I think it's a .1, right? No. I don't really know what it means for it to be a .1. Hint 1 dot input bus. So based on the fact that they're all the same hint, I can just put them any like, so it looks like it has to be the center of a center of a wall. All right. So if I go back here and then break you and break you, plus back here, I can actually do that. And I can do that here, I think. So I can put the input hatch like that. The input, bus first. We always put buses first. That, and then the output hatch like that. Should be okay. Given that they're the same hint, right? And then the output bus is, I'm just going to put it right here. Now just face it like right there. Hide it. Like that. Okay, you don't like that. And you don't like that. So what if I have to put this guy somewhere else? Do you accept input bus on the left or on the right? Let's try that. Okay, so I guess you can't have something in the middle, or maybe you can and I just didn't do it correctly. Or maybe it's the fact that you can't have them on opposites or on the same side. That would make sense to me if it doesn't allow the same side. Okay, so, or maybe the middle. We're experimenting here. So do you accept it on the middle? It might not. Okay, you just don't accept on the middle. That's fine. So I'll put that there and then there. And then output. Just not accept in the middle. So I can have the water right here, right? But yeah, I'll leave the output hatch right here. Do that. There we go. Okay. And then unlinked. What are you talking about? Oh, I need the data sticks, right? That's fine. I can just shift right click. How do I do this again? Or do I how do I do this? Hang on. Water purification plant. Forgot about this. Left click. That's very interesting. And then right click to that guy. So now you are linked. Yes, you are. Okay. So that's the first one. So let's set this guy up. So tier 1 water is, how do I alt click? Okay. This guy is going to be a clarifier and you have a 20% chance of using this thing. So base success chance is 70%. How do I increase it? How do I increase the chance? Can I not? What are the rules of increasing chance? Oh, 10% of output yield will be consumed in exchange. Okay, so you just need extra filtered water in there. Okay. Oh, you know what? I have all the connections back here still. That's right. So if I wanted to give it... Okay, so it looks like I'll try to keep this as passive as possible and leave some of the other things as level maintained. But the things that are like easy to do, like tier 1 water is probably best. That's what I had. Okay, that's what the level emitter was for. So I only wanted a certain amount of filtered water. Okay, I think I'll stick with that. And this guy had the grade 1 water. Okay. Might as well take that actually. This will help out. That makes sense. So I do need the what do you call it? Let's break that. The machine controller that I took off. Yeah. Like that. And then we put the guy right here. And then we want this to be filtered water. And we'll make this, we might as well just make it 1 million. Right. One more, like that. Okay. So I need a connection over here to this guy. So you're in the way. You're breaking one of my rules. But that's fine. I only need a couple connections over here anyways. Because we probably won't be able to add another. And now we will not be able to. So we only need a couple connections over here. Right there. Okay. And we also need one. I need more facades for sure. Just trying to get some more. Going to need at least 2 more. How do I make this again? Okay. Cable anchor. That. And a piece of cubit. Thank you. And then I'll go ahead and put this guy here. Should be also filtered water. It doesn't look like I'm going to change how I set this guy up. And then I'm going to need more cables though. And that should be enough. It'll be right here. We need a facade for this. Like that. Then start painting it. Painting it black. That definitely was not enough. Not enough cable. Nope. Let's get some more. There we go. And you take the output. Okay, so you need to be filled. You already have the water, right? Yes, you do. You need to be given the activated carbon. And then that's always going to be just there. And you should be ready to start. I think once you have... Oh, I never got this going. Okay. And there is our filtered water. So there's a way I can like increase it, I think. Increase the speed or increase how much it... I thought there was. I also got to make sure how far 32 blocks is. We should be fine if I put everything like in this general area, right? 32 blocks can be like 2 chunks away, I think. Right? F9, 2 chunks away. Yeah, so 1. We'll have space, I think. We should have the space at least. Okay. So you are making it, and then you're going to give me some weird outputs that I'm honestly not going to concern myself with, because, nah. But what I need to figure out is how am I going to, like, increase the speed, because this is kind of slow. Every purification unit has a configuration window to configure maximum parallel amount. That's what it is. So only scale purified water input, all fluid output, and power usage. Other catalysts and outputs are unchanged. Okay. That's fine. So if I guess I have to turn this off, right? Where is it? Yeah, I guess I have to turn that off and then debug from there. I won't worry about that right now. I'll just keep it to like the bare minimum and then come back to that whenever I start building more stuff. So let's work on the next one. Clear my inventory, restart it. Okay. Next step is tier 2. So a lot of the supporting machines, for example, the chemical reactor or the distillation tower over here and laser engraver, I'm not going to keep those. I'll just rely on our machines down here to do that. We have everything there already. We have a distillation tower back there, laser engraver, and of course we have the mega chemical reactor. So that stuff is going to get decommissioned now. Yeah, I'll just do that. And the laser engraver. And then we'll just have it with this guy, tier 2 water over here. It's going to make a mess, I think. Yeah, it's going to make a big mess. We took off the transformer. Yes, we did. There's nothing in there. That's fine. Okay. And I'll just go put everything away. A whole big mess here, and then we have a bunch of random stuff over here. Okay, so I do have a break coming up. So I'll go ahead and take that, stretch my legs for a little bit. Maybe do some exercise and get some water. And you guys should as well. Man, this would be a perfect time for me to like take a sip of my tea or whatever I intend to drink that time. I'll make an order tonight or for tonight. 'Cause I can go for that. Anyways, I'll be right back. Thank you. Put something in there and I hang out for the rest of the day doing my chores and stuff. That's it. That's what I do on Sundays. So I kind of thought to myself, why don't I stream it? So here we are now. That's it. There's no thought behind it. Hell yeah. I don't know how well you can hear that. Is it going? It scared me. At least Ben survived. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's the whole base. Goodbye. Okay. Oh yeah, you absolutely want to be careful because if you don't do it correctly, goodbye to your entire base. All right. Let's go check what happened to the rest of the base. Okay, so we got it built. Pressure poop injector. It's very cramped in here, right? But that's okay. I'm so scared. Man, if it let me put down my water bucket, I would be steaming through this course right now. Okay, no, I'm okay though. I'm okay. Too close. What? It was nothing. I put myself through danger for no reason. I'm directly pulling this right out of my ass. So I said I was going to do exercise, but I didn't. Break too short. Oh, come on, don't get stuck. I use a wired headset and the cable got stuck under my computer somehow. Oops, sorry. Okay, we're back. I'm still ripping things apart here. I moved all the chemical reactor and the distillation tower stuff over. And look at that, we have another laser engraver for whatever we may need it for. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and break that. I think this was passive, right? I think so. That's fine. I'm gonna have to relearn how to do everything basically. So the water line is probably going to be split between like fully passive, like tier 1 is, and some level maintained, which is probably the rest, right? Because I think pretty soon they start getting kind of pricey to maintain. I don't think I want to fully passive them unless I need the stuff, right? But tier 1 water is like cheap, so it's okay. This one doesn't need any water anywhere. I don't think so. Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and break everything then. Yeah, I've been putting off like this for a while, the water line, but it's time. I need a lot of ozone here. Do I store this ozone? How bad is it to craft? It's just air. Okay, sure. Oh, am I gonna have to figure out how to do this again? Probably, or probably not. Again, if it's a level maintain, I won't have to worry about that. It's fine. Just gonna break it apart. Oops, I broke the wall. What am I gonna do with this tower, you may ask? Nothing, it's gonna stay here. I got no plans for, again, I won't really be, excuse me, I won't really be building much. And that's just for the sake of speeding up the playthrough. So I probably won't do anything with that. That's okay though. So how am I gonna build this? This guy is going to be like that. It'll probably have the most space. I can probably just cram it back here, honestly. Yeah, because I don't intend on putting anything back here. So I guess I'll do that just to save more space down the road. Yeah, I'll do that. Kind of breaks the rules though. But you know what? If I can cram a machine somewhere, I might as well. I'll do that here. Okay. Okay, so this guy is going to be facing backwards like this, right? As long as it works, right? Or should I not? No, it goes against my rules. Yeah, I won't do that. I'll start building the new area. Okay, so that means I do have to fix the cubit border because now it is too short because the clarifier is taking up too much space. Yeah. So you need to be 3 blocks out. So 1, 2, 3. And then right there's where we go. Like that. You know, we would still be living in the caveman days if we don't have rules to follow. I guess it sounds a little. There's a word for that, but I don't know what the word is. I mean, rules for my server, right? For me, I have to stick to them. Otherwise, it's going to become a little bit of a mess if I don't do that. All right. All right. So this is following the rules. This isn't though. Actually, it's okay. Yeah. Okay. This isn't following the rules either, but you know what? It's fine. You need at least 3 blocks of space here, but then this breaks that. You know what? It's fine because we did start from this side. This one does follow it, and this one does. That's arbitrary space. You know what? It's okay. It's gonna bother me. It's fine. Okay, so maybe I do just cram it in still empty space. There's a lot of space here we're not doing anything with. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. I'm already thinking about it. We got a playthrough to finish. So this guy is going to be how wide? Width is 9 blocks wide. Okay. But you want it to be on the 7th block. So on block 7, right? On block 7, you'll be that like that. So if I put it like face it this way, actually. Oops. Like that. Okay. So on the 7th block, you want the controller to be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's my schematic? This one has to be GT, no hatch, the value of 1. Yes. Okay. So input hatch, I can probably put that anywhere in the bottom, right? Put it right there, I guess. The heck are you? Why is there a fluid detector cover? I think I'll set this guy up to be level maintained as well. Is it 4, 5? Okay. I think we can actually put anything now. Yeah. You know what? That doesn't look too bad. That's fine. As long as it works, and that's okay. I guess we can always amend the build rules, right? And that'll be if I have empty space like this, if I can fully fit a machine and still account for borders, like this would be accounting for borders, then it will be okay. They don't all have to be facing the right way either. Like this is still following the rules now, the amended rules, right? Because we can cram a machine there and it's just fine. Right, but the important one is to keep the outer one clean, which is this, which is okay, right? And this is still going to be the largest machine. Like I won't add a machine that extends all the way out here. No, I won't do that. Anyways, I'm kind of just speaking out loud. Okay, so we have this guy going, and we kind of want this to be working. How many channels do I have there, first of all? I don't actually know. We have 12. We have plenty of channels. So this is going to be making our tier 2 water. Ozonated water. So we're using this recipe, right? Yeah. So I think the recipe will be, I think we do want the outputs. That'll help just a little bit. Oh, we already have it out. Okay. I mean, it's not a lot, right? But it's fine. Why do you need a quadruple input hatch? I actually don't know why. No, you don't. Oh, that's why. Because you need filtered water and ozonated water. So, I'm trying to think here. You can't really do recursive crafts, right? With tier 1 water. Maybe I will set this up to be a little bit passive, right? I'll level maintain the ozone. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay. It'll be passive. So that's what all these connections are for, but I can figure that out again. Not fully passive, right? But semi-passive for the most part. Yeah, there's a lot of connections here that I would have to refigure out. That's fine. I've done this before and I can do it again. So you need a fluid emitter, right? And then you need it. Controller isn't actually being controlled because you can't really. Actually, can you? Oh, you can. Okay. Maybe that's what I do. Okay, so if I were to give the controller itself a machine controller, right? And tell, what do you mean incomplete structure? Oh, because you're missing blocks. So, oh, I had extra block space over here. So if I were to give you a level emitter, and I want this to turn on only when it's less, when levels are below 1 million. The tier 2 water, right? Otherwise, turn on. Okay. Now, I want this also to only activate when there is enough water. So I think we need an AND gate here. We would need an AND gate for this. For me to have extra connections, I'm going to have to get this spaced out so I have an extra connection to work with. Because there's multiple recipes that this thing can do, right? For example, if I were to give it enough water and like use a, what do you call it? Have it set to like 128,000 or have it set to 1024, it's going to do this recipe over here and then consume just so much ozonated water that we don't really have enough. So I'm going to enable this to be whenever it hits 1024. 1024. So I want this to only turn on when it's like that much. And then this is going to have to be an AND gate in that case. I had it set it up a little differently, but I don't remember. It's fine. Red alloy. Oh, this controlling here. So we'll do that. Yeah, like that. And then I'll screwdriver this. Oops. Like that. Then screwdriver this. Like that. We only need 2 signals. So let me see here. If I point this to here, not like that, not like that. If I point that there, can I attach a red alloy wire? Nope. For sure, we need an export plus right here, and I'm going to tell this to do ozone. Ozonated water. Yeah, okay. And then I can tell this to do like that. Oh, that does work. Okay. 1, 2, like that. So we want this to be 1 million. And then export out. And what else would you need? Is somewhere to store both ozone. That's right there. That's the big hatch right there. And then you need a filtered grade water and ozonated water. That's where this quadruple hatch is going. Well, that's what that was doing. Put that right over here then. Okay. And then we need a expert bus, which I can just borrow from here, I think. No. I think I put it away then. That's fine. Export bus. Not item. I need a fluid one. And then I have a capacity card with me right here. So you need to have filtered water. And then you need to have ozonated water to be able to do the full recipe. Let me connect that. And then can probably connect this over here. Need more cable though. Right there. Okay. So we do need a way to craft ozone. Which I'm gonna need a recipe for this. This is going to be air in a laser engraver. How much fluid can you store in here? In the blue one. Oh, you know what? You're gonna need another input hatch to craft fluids things with. Yeah, you are. Okay. How many channels do you have, first of all? 18. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Okay, so give it a fluid hatch. Input hatch. How big? That works. And then give it a dual interface. I need somewhere to be able to craft the ozone. You're going to need some cables. I got some cable. And you might need an output bus. Let's create a recipe. So that's too much. 10, that's too much, like that. That'll be the recipe that I put there. That is the laser engraver itself. And then I can put the output guy right here. And I guess I'll put the input hatch right there as well. Might as well. You're going to need more output space, I'm pretty sure. Like that. Okay, and then I'll put that guy right there. Turn on gravitation engine or whatever that means. And I need to rename this to laser engraver fluid. Like that. Okay. And then I'm going to need a 1K fluid cell so I can store more fluids in the output hatch. That should be plenty. Okay, so if I were to craft ozone, I don't think I will be able to. Oh, I can. Why are you crafting air like that? Why is... I don't remember why you need air. You needed air for something. A compressed air cell? What was this for? I don't remember what this is for. You know what? It might have been for liquid air. That's probably what it was for. Okay. So let's take out some air recipes and I'm going to use an air intake hatch for that instead. Air. Not like that. Compressed air cell. Take that out. And then air. Yeah, this stuff, it's not really good. Okay. So for me to store air, I would like an air intake hatch. This one's pretty good. And then we'll get a big super tank for this. And I'm going to need a storage bus. And then I can probably move the activated carbon over to the big chemical reactor. I think I'm going to do that. Activated carbon. That's a chemical bath. So what are you trying to craft? Nah, you know what? It's fine. You may need to meet. You're gonna have to move the chemical bath over here at some point. Yeah. Yeah. So crafting the storage bus. So sit up straight. Jeez, I'm slouching. Hurry up. Man, you're so slow. I guess while we're waiting, we're going to need a pump for this as well. Because I don't think the air intake doesn't have an auto output right now. It doesn't. So we'll give it a pump. No, that's too big of a pump. We'll give it like a EV pump, sure. Well, actually, I said it does up to 8,000 per tick, right? Okay, we can do that to plan how much we need. IV pump it is. Okay, that's just too much pump. And you remember the good old times when we weren't able to craft, like it took forever to craft any pumps because of all the graphene that we needed. Was it graphene that we need? Yeah. And now we have no issues. I haven't had an issue to craft those in a while. Okay. This guy is probably just gonna hang out somewhere here. You know what? I'll put it right here. How about that? It'll fit here. Okay. How about this? So you need a cable right there. And let me get a storage bus going. Connect you right here, and you'll have liquid air. Not liquid air, just regular air. And I will put the storage bus like that. Or the super tank. And then we have an air intake hatch. There we go. And we have a pump. Oops. There we go. So now we have air being stored. Very small system. That's all you need. Okay, so now that we have air, What do you mean missing air? Oh, you're not even connected to the need more cable. There we go. Now you are. So I look up air. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So if I try to craft some ozone. Yes. Okay. So I think I'm going to request like much more ozone. We don't have it level emitted right now. Let's go ozone. You gotta change this recipe. I want this to craft me like big batch at a time. We'll make 2 million. We can do that. Laser engraver. Right here. Actually, does it even work? We were able to craft it. Might need more air. How long does it take for the air to get that much to 10 million? That's how much we need. Where is it? Let's do the math here. So if this guy makes 8,000 per tick, all right? 8,000 per tick, multiply it by 20 to get per second. It's 160,000 per second, right? 160,000, remember that. If we want 10 million, divide by 160,000. That'll take 60 seconds, like an entire minute to make 10 million ozone. We can double it. We can increase it by a ton by just adding more air intakes, which is probably what I'm going to do. So the least intrusive way I can add more is just have one right here, right here, right here, and right there. Might as well do it. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. 4 more air intakes. And you don't know how to do that because some part of your recipe is jank. It must be that. How much you want to bet? Air intake. I could do that. It's over here, actually. Like that. So put that in a molecular assembler. Let's see, I want 4 more. That also means we want 4 more IV pumps. This is just going to speed up our ozone crafting because eventually we will be parallelizing the, or adding more input to the recipe. So we do want more ozone, which means more air. Does not get consumed in the process. Do you have input separation? I guess when it comes to fluids, it actually accesses every single input, which is fine with me. Thank you. Air intake. We're still crafting those. Why are you broken? Are you not working or what? Uh-oh. Maybe you are, and oh, you're in the autoclave. Why are you not working or what? Oh, you are. Okay. Are you making just one at a time? Do I have to increase your recipe? I guess I do. It's fine. I'll do that later. There's a lot of things I need to upgrade. Rock crystal trip. Yeah, it only makes one at a time. I should probably make more. How slow are these to craft? Yeah, I should make more. We're only making one at a time. Let's change it now before I forget. Raw crystal chip. Nah, make a stack at a time. Bring it up to a stack. There we go. And then cancel this guy, restart the recipe because it probably broke. Then you're making wetware processors. So you're also a little slow, right? And I mean, it's 30 seconds for every 16, which is not too bad. But once the circuit's crafted, we can actually make this guy. We have extra circuits out of that too, which is always nice. Okay, anyways, we would like some ozone. I'm going to get some out of here. And then we'll start level maintaining this. We're going to put it right here. And then we'll ask for 10 million. 10 million. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, that's. No. I mean, we do crap. No. 1 million. 1 million. Yeah, like that. Okay. So that way we'll try to craft that much every time. Okay, so now that this has enough. You're not broken. Okay, so I think you're okay. You also need to move this wire over here like that. Yeah, like that. This definitely needs to speed up, so get some acceleration upgrades. Like that. How are my air intakes doing? You're done. Let's do this. No, you're stuck like that. Yeah, like that. Okay. You know, why are you up here? Okay, so you need to allow lock fluid mode. Oh, yes, lock fluid mode. And then input fluid from output side. Like that. Okay. And then we'll give pump there, pump there, pump there, and a pump there. Okay, so make sure that there's no air in any of them. Nope. Okay. How fast are you increasing your air? It could probably be faster, but you know what? That's fine with me. So we need some acceleration upgrades, and that'll go for the ozone pumper, right? How fast is it though? It has enough. Okay, so now that has enough fluid, this turned on, and this is requesting some. So now this should be on right here. Right? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll connect it right now though. So this thing is going to need the outputs as well. So put those right here. Right there. How many channels do you have? Let's double check. Got to make sure I always have enough channels. 16 channels is, oh, this branch only has 4, so we should be able to add 2 more connections just fine. There we go. Okay, so if I were to connect you right there. What do you mean unlinked? Or incomplete structure? Why? What's wrong with you? It's always, oh, I have more casings here. Is it right here? Oh, it's back there. Then 1, 2, 3, like that. Like that. Yes. Okay. So you should be able to start trying to craft now. It's a shame I can't cover that. Can I? No, I don't think so. That's fine. This is definitely a safety violation, though. Yeah, okay, I can't cover it. Needs to be there. That's fine. Unless I use like some kind of wireless, which I probably could do actually. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that thing is on and we're waiting for it to start. We have another couple seconds to do that. So if I toggle debug mode, yeah, that's fine. I trust that it's working. Okay, so next up is tier 2 water or tier 3 water flocculation. I always find that so funny to me. It's funny. This one is by request, I think. Yeah, this one is by request. And I think starting forward, the rest will be by request as well. And then we'll figure it out. Okay, so you're going to need a sponge to cover that. There we go. And break everything. Oh, gee, that's already using adamantium. I don't remember that. I remember this being weird because it had like a weird block sticking out somewhere. I don't exactly remember, but it's what I remember. That's fine. I think they even changed how it works. Like it won't accept any more polyaluminum chloride. What's it called? Polyaluminum chloride. I actually remembered that. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so we have it. And we'll put the first guy back here. Look at that. It is working. Yeah, 900 ozonated water, which is great. So we're getting more ozonated water. This guy is... How wide are you? I mean, it does tell me here. So 7 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You liar. There's those casings back there. So you're 9 by 9. So if you're 9 by 9, the border will be right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. Right there. Okay. So let's get some ice. I can put the rest right here. Right there. Okay. Get some qubit. Oh, wireless activity detector. I don't remember that. Qubit. And let's expose the bottom face. I don't even know what I'm singing. there. There we go. Okay. Expose the bottom part of it. All right. And then we'll go ahead and cover up anything that doesn't need to be there. Like that. You know what? I'll just do this full ring around it. Yeah, that works. Okay. So there's everything else going to go. Good question. So for flocculated water, I find that so funny. You have to deal with this. You're going to have fluid output returned an amount equivalent to consumed flocculants. Oh, this is what gets sent in the distillation tower. I think it's time for a mega distillation tower in that case. I haven't really considered it, right? I think it's going to be massive. I think you can get like huge. Yeah, this one can get massive. It's a huge multi-block. But pretty funnily, we can probably do it because it needs a lot of stainless steel and we can craft that in bulk now. Anyways, so we need to figure out how to make flocculated water and then deal with the output fluid. I am not going to worry about that, honestly. Okay, so you're going to need, I'm assuming I can put it anywhere. Would like to be able to. This is probably going to be level maintain, I think. I thought they changed how this works, but it looks like during operation will consume all polyaluminum chloride in the input hatch. At the end of the recipe, for every that much consumed, gain an additive 10% increase to success. If total input and total fluid supplied is not a multiple of that. Did they change how this works? I thought they did. Let me see. I think it was in upcoming features or something. Patch notes is let me see here. Tier 3 waterline success chances capped. So using way too much fluid input will no longer work. I'm just going to assume that it's working like normal. So I'm going to have to configure it somehow, set it up in a way that it doesn't accept more fluid. So base success chance is 10%, right? If I wanted to just consume that much water or not any of this, I would just need to craft like 1,000,000 of this. I need to see how I had it connected over here. It was working fine, but I gotta redo this. So it looks like we had the activity detector pointing into this. All right. And it's not going to craft any more. We had a locking card. So it's not going to craft more than one craft, I think, is what it was doing. Okay. I guess it shouldn't be too bad in that case. I can probably just give it one craft at a time, and as long as it doesn't make more than one, should be fine. I have an idea. I have a weird idea for this, and I think I'm gonna commit to it. So for sure, you need an output, like an input hatch, right? Put that right here, and then the output hatch would be right here, and we'll give it the other input hatch for the other fluid. Be right here. Okay, so I'm also gonna need another P2P for this. I'll figure that out as we go. Okay, so I need like a renamed item. I might as well just use a piece of paper. And I'll call this flock. What would I call this? I'll call it flocculate. I'll call it that. I can't rename it. I don't have enough enchantment levels. Hang on. There we go. I know it's boy humor, but anyways, the idea with this is that I will only craft this way. I don't have to deal with any weird signals. It's gonna input this item, but it won't actually output the item until it's finished crafting. This way I can only craft one at a time, and I don't have to deal with like weird detectors and whatnot. Basically it's very similar to what the biovats are doing, or the bacterial vats, right? It inputs like some weird fluid cell in the recipe, and there's only one in existence, so it's never going to craft more than one batch. That way we won't mess up with anything. And that's my idea. And that way I don't have to deal with like whatever. I still need a detector cover, right? But that's figure that out. So put that guy right there. So let's go pick up some things over here. For example, I am going to need this guy over here with that, and I'll go ahead and steal the dual interface. And I won't need this locking card anymore either. Inventory relay, yes, I will need that. I'll take some of these cables as well. It's not really needed, right? It's fine. Okay, so we're also going to need to connect another P2P over. Meaning I need another food or drink item. So I'm going ahead and I'm going to go ahead and choose what it should be. Yeah, the last one was kimchi. Tortilla, chili. Or I could just stick with using whatever this guy's using. Should I do that? It's probably not a good idea to choose that. Let me see here. How many channels do you have? That way I could use less P2Ps also. You have 18, so you have plenty of space. I think I'll do that. I'll just use whatever this one is, which is kimchi. No, it's a sour pickle beer. Okay, how many channels do you have over here? 3, 4, 9, 15. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, okay, I'll just go ahead and put that back here then. Right here. Like that. And then we'll color this blue. And also make sure this is chunk loaded. You're chunk loaded just fine. Right there. And we'll give this a P2P. And then I'm going to call this guy something. Sour pickle beer. Yeah, that one. Then I should be good now to connect everything else. So you're for sure going to want that and that. I'm going to give this a input hatch. Hang on. I got to think here. If I want to craft an item, with the renamed item, how am I going to do that? I'm going to need a chest for sure. They're like a crate or like a barrel or some storage I can use. I don't know. Baby chest works just fine. Probably going to want to relay with this too. So if I were to use a dual interface right there, right? Then give this a baby chest like that, right? Does that even work? No, because you're not going to have the space. I'll put it right there. Honestly, I think that works. And then we have an inventory relay. We need 2 of them, I think. I think it works like that if it just extends. Oh, you know, it might be a little tricky though because of the fact that there's 2 inputs. All right. One of them might just be like holding ozonated water at all times. No, I should leave this crafting. That's part of the recipe. Unless there is how much fluid am I going to need first of all? And I can probably just give it a really thick input hatch, which would make things a lot easier. I think I need the quadruple input hatches. Quadruple input hatch. This is definitely one I should use. Oh, so we use this one. I need a UHV assembler, but we actually built this guy over here, so it should be okay. So I'll go ahead and craft it. Okay. Mass machine, and this one's like way in the bottom, right? Up tier, yeah. Okay. Then try to craft one of you. We'll do that. Okay, I do have a break, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Stretch my legs and whatnot. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to do that now that the streams are a little longer. Be right back.
Well, it went through all of that and only gave us 13.
What blew up?
What blew up?
I don't know, but everything blew up. That's fine. It wasn't that expensive.
Machine? Lose a machine? What does that mean? Lose
Multiple
a machine
machines blew up. It's okay. Oh, no. Get me out of here. Oh, I hate it. I broken one ore by accident, and then that happens. I haven't heard those fart noises in a while because I haven't really grown much stuff. Alright, fine. I'll eat it.
Oh shit! That shit's using the restroom, bro. Oh god. Okay.
Just taking a dump on Uncle.
Oh my god! No! Oh no! No!
Okay, I'm back. Okay, so we need to craft these neutronium pipes. Do that, circuit 9. Be right there. Okay. Then see if I can craft one of you. Now you need neutronium fluid pipe. Do I have a fluid? I don't remember how I'll make normal fluid pipes. I'm making them in an extruder. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Well, what about now? Yes. How much neutronium do I have on hand? Not a lot. This is something I should craft overnight. Definitely. Because we have a lot of neutronium dust and actually craft the thing. How? That's fine. Put that back. Then. So what I'm also going to need, I still will need an activity detector. Wireless is okay. And then I'm going to need a redstone receiver, which, there you go. It's right here. Are you stuck or what? No, you're not stuck. No, you're just a little slow. Yeah, okay. It works. And then quadruple input hatch, you need a circuit 4, I think. So this doesn't have any, this doesn't have any circuits, really. There we go. Yeah, this assembler here is just the up tier. We just give it multiple energy hatches and it should be able to craft basically anything we want. For up tiering only, right? That's more of a manual machine. Okay, so we have the quadruple input hatch. This is going to be very helpful for us, actually. This way, I only have to use one of them. Like that. And then we'll have the relay going into there with a wrench. All right. Okay. So I'm also going to need the wireless activity detector cover onto this guy. So I want this to do machine idle. Inverted. Frequency, I have a document that tells me what my frequencies are so I don't lose track of them. I'm going to open it up and see what I have. I don't know what 77 or 99 is. I've used 1001. Let's just use flocculated water. I don't know. Is 7285. Sure. 7285. So 7 or flocculated water is going to be 7285. Okay. Just to keep it safe with me. All right, you're like that. Okay. So I'm going to need the frame box and the receiver. And then actually, yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to need the frame box here. And then an advanced redstone receiver. This guy will be... I already forgot. I put away the document and then I didn't even save it. What the frequency was supposed to be. 7285. Right there. Okay. And then we need a redstone alloy and some conduits. And then a red alloy. Like that. Okay. So if I go back to this setup over here, actually it's better if I point it downwards. Before I do that, I'm going to forget about it. 7285. 7285, like that. Okay. And then I will... How am I going to connect that? Right. Fine. No, I can't really do that, actually. This doesn't need to be that complicated, but I am making it complicated. Fine, fine. I will make it that complicated. This needs a facade cover now. Facade. A cable. Cover it. There we go. Out of sight, out of mind. So I will only extract this with the signal and insert it here. So if you have that, and that should be okay. So I want this to only extract whenever it's like... Actually, no. I gotta think about it. We gotta do it while recipe progress. Okay, let's get everything else built. So we're going to need a... Once it crafts the fluids, it's going to output more fluid. And that's it. So we might need more slick steroflocculation casing, which is... That's fine. Yeah, I need one more. I think I have one more. I have exactly one more. It works. What do you mean incomplete structure? You don't have water inside. You need water. Nice. Get my wand. And we go. There we go. Sir, are you not complete or what? What are you missing? Come on, you can work. Why are you broken? Output bus. It might need an output bus. All right. I'll just use this one. We're not really going to deal with the outputs. I'll just put it down here, I guess. No. And that's what it was. Okay. So if I turn that on, how do I have it set up over here at the bacterial vat? So this is is that an activity detector? Yes. This is set to recipe progress normal. And so we only extract here. Oh, no. I see what it is. We have two of them. So we don't take that out. It looks like I'm going to have to get two of them going. All right, so this one is with the signal, meaning whenever the recipe starts, then go ahead and accept the item. But whenever it turns off, okay, I got it. So we need to baby chest. Watch this. It's completely unnecessary, but we'll do it. I just want to use the I'm flocculating piece of paper. That's my main concern. Okay. So I'm going to need two connections here. Actually, no, just one. So this one is going to be put into this baby chest, right? Yeah. And then we're going to have like a piece of agon with another connection right there. And then I'll just do this one like that. So this one is going to accept I'm flocculating, right? And we're going to extract whenever the signal turns on. So I do also have to change this guy's settings. Want this to be recipe progress normal, right? So right now it's off. So if I were to put the item here, it won't do anything, only when it activates, right? But this one is going to be the opposite, active without signal. So whenever the recipe shuts off, that's when we put the item back into storage. I'm flocculating. This way, we don't have to wait for the 120 seconds thing. Or it lets me wait for it just fine. It doesn't break anything. I guess we'll see how it works, right? And then this guy just connects to that. It's pretty funny. And again, I just want to use I'm flocculating. All right, so the recipe here is going to be this. Yeah, we'll just make it like that. And we're going to want... So if I avoid the need to use this same tiered water, then we would need base success chance is 10%. So we would need... Basically, we would need 10 million, I think is what that was. So if I ask Is it 10 million or 1 million? 1 million. It's 1 million. And then this is just the same amount of that. So this is going to need a whole bunch of aluminum, right? But you know what? Not too bad. And then this makes flocculated water just fine, just like that. Oh, and also, forgot. In order to prevent it from crafting more than one, that's where this paper comes in. We're only ever going to have one of this paper in the system. So if it tries to craft more than one, it won't work. And because of how the tier 3 water works, if you keep putting this stuff in there, it's gonna consume it. It'll waste it. Is this going to work? I got no idea, but I want it to. You know what? No. I'm flocculating. Okay. Relax. It's not that funny. If I try to craft one of you, you're missing the piece of paper and you're missing polyaluminum chloride. The piece of paper is on me. And then this one, I did take it out. That is going to be a chemical reactor. And I can probably increase this. I think like that is as much as I can do. Yeah. All right. So that goes in a chemical reactor. Blank. Like that. Okay. So if I were to craft this guy, you'd also craft aluminum hydroxide. Circuit 1. Like that. And do I have a circuit 1? I don't actually remember if I do. Yes, I do. It's the first one I built. Right there. Okay, so now can I craft it? Sodium aluminate. Green sapphire juice. Okay, can also do that. It's fine, okay. This guy is circuit 24 with bauxite. I think I might as well just keep it with regular aluminum circuit 24 like that. Uh, 6 plus 2 is 8. That's already more than we can hold in the storage. So this is circuit 24. I'm pretty sure I have a circuit 24 in here. Yes, I do. So I'm going to try craft one. There we go. Reset my inventory. It's become a mess. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I put that back here as well. Okay, I didn't link it. Okay. You're crafting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, now you're crafting. Did it actually work though? Okay, yeah. Flocculating is definitely stuck. It's waiting for the system to actually start crafting. And then this does have enough fluid, 1,001,000 ozonated water. And then I guess we have to wait for the cycle to restart. It's almost starting. Okay. And then we need, and then the reason why I'm using flocculating is that it won't be able to craft it because it's missing the paper. That way it won't consume or waste any of the polyaluminum chloride. It's a very similar setup to what I did for the bacterial vats. So I can set them up on request. Okay. So we're crafting a bunch of random stuff, but the most important part is the 900 flocculated water. So this is working. So and then I will connect it over here. I need more cable, more dense cable. Right there. Okay. And then I'm assuming this is going to work, right? I should check here. So right now, hang on. I'm flocculating. Got stuck there. Active wood signal. Oh, I didn't set this to green. Insert on green. Okay, you see that? So whenever the craft actually started, I'm flocculating the paper. Sorry. That's very childish humor, but the piece of paper went into this baby chest, and then it's waiting for the signal to turn off, which is whenever the craft actually finishes. Then it'll go back there. Mm-hmm. A potential downside to this, now that I'm thinking about it, is that it'll have to wait 120 seconds per craft. Because once this finishes, and then the next one is allowed to come in, but then it has to wait another 2 minutes to actually craft it. That is a potential issue I see with this. It probably won't matter too much in the long run if I just keep a big buffer. And besides, we're not really going to use this tiered water. But this has a potential to be a bottleneck. Absolutely. How can I deal with it? Just double the input. But I'm going to leave with that in mind. I'm going to leave it like with that in mind. So this finished, and if I check here, the I'm flocculating is here. Okay. So we can actually craft more flocculated water. This is already set to like 1 million. So we're okay there. Okay. So I'm okay there. So if I ozonated water is still building up. Am I losing some? Oh, it's probably because it had a storing it in another. Okay. So next tier of water. This is where it gets new. Is it heat treated? No. I gotta look up purified water. pH. We have the controller, we just never set it up. I'm gonna need all of this. I don't remember if I actually have any of these stuff here. I have a pH sensor hatch. So how does this guy work? Oh, it's a lot of purified ore. I'll deal with it later. Fine. So first of all, let's just build it. We need an aqueduct, alloy, frame box. I need 48 of you. Chemical grade glass. I have 18. We need inert. I guess I did have everything already. I just never built it. And stabilized and aqueduct water. Okay, so yeah, we had everything. Okay, and then one of the pH sensors. I had two of them for some reason. Okay, so we do have everything. We're just waiting on the aqueduct alloy. Keep a bookmark for that so I can figure out how this works. And here's where we read. Initial pH value every cycle vary. Okay, it varies. If the pH value is within 0.05 pH of 7, it will always succeed. Otherwise, the recipe always fails. Use a pH sensor hatch to read the current pH value. For safety, the machine will shut down if the pH goes below 0 or exceeds 14. Okay. Every 20 ticks consumes all sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid in the special hatches. How the heck am I going to do that? So, okay, so we have 120 seconds to deal with this, right? Okay, that's fine. Consumes all that in the special hatches, raises the pH value by 0.01. Okay, so it looks like I need a tank full of sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Right. I'm thinking here. Okay, so we're gonna need to build a thing first. First of all, I need the frame boxes. Those are done. Let's just build it first. I'm thinking right now of what we can do. Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest things I like about Waterline is the fact that it's you got to think about it. I really like that. Okay, so this guy is a wide multi-block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You liar! You told me 7 by 4 by 7. Nuh-uh. No, you ain't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks. Need cubit. This is gonna be fun though. I'm excited. Something new. Every time I learn something new in the pack, I get excited. This is definitely a new thing for me. Let me take a sip of water to get ready. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right here. Are you indented at all? Yes, you are. Right here. And then how many blocks up? 1, 2. Okay, so if I build it now, how are you looking? You're good, you're good. Yes. There we go. Build it. Oh, come on. Do you need like specific input buses? So you have no hatch. Oh, it's not gonna let me build it. It's suggested to place hatch. I guess I'll manually put a hatch there. It's fine. I'll give it a hatch. What kind of size can I give it? I'll give it 2 LUV hatches. Sure. I don't think it needs that much fluid, but I'll do it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Hurry up. Like it's crafting. Circuit 1, and I could probably change the recipe to polybenzimidazole, but you know what, it's completely okay. I don't remember if you're working there or in the other hatch machine. You're probably working on the other one. So you want an input hatch? No, give you one. What do you mean? You have one. Well, you might be wanting one right here too. It's not gonna work. Is that just the name of the input hatch? No, it's not. You just refuse to work. Wait, is it an input? Oh, it's a bus for sodium hydroxide. Duh. Okay, you need a bus. Guess you can have. I'll give you an EV1 just so I can get rid of it. Okay, that makes more sense. Gotta read. You're not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You have, or what if it's swapped? Hint 3 dot. You have, that's a hint 3 dot. Hint 4 dot. It would be over here. That's an output bus. An input bus, sir. Oh, yeah. Professional Minecraft YouTuber over here. That's funny. And like one might say, oh, just use a stocking input bus, but I'm concerned with that because it says every second all of it is consumed. So I can't quite do that. Input bus. Okay, what about now? There we go. And you're going to complain some more because you're missing that. You have G2 no hash on though. That's fine. You know what? I'll just build the rest by hand. Fine, fine. This is what you did. This is what you do. It's an aqueduct alloy. I could put that in the corners over here. Like that. Okay. Then the rest of it's got to be chemical grade glass and casings. Like that. There. And we do this 3 pieces of glass. And the rest of it like, yeah, like that. Then we have one more, which I'm guessing is right there. Okay. And then the rest of it is other stuff. Okay, so I'm guessing the inputs and stuff will be in the middle. So what does this need again to actually make the water? Flocculated water. Okay. So you need okay, I guess I can, yeah, let me see if I can like access the bottom first of all. I'll just access this one right here. All right. It's gonna be a very interesting setup, I think. So you need, is it only one fluid input? Yes. So you need an input bus. Input hatch. Oh, there it is. There's one right there. And then you need the other stuff here. Don't know exactly how much you'll need. So it's not exactly the same. So it either fails or it doesn't. That's really interesting. There might be a quest here about it, though. This is the first real complex automation challenge in the Waterline. It's up to you to figure out how you want to deal with the pH neutralization process. Have fun. It doesn't even tell me how to give a suggestion. Okay. So you need the pH sensor hatch. I'm thinking 2 of them, right? I would like one to control how if it's high, and then one to control if it's low. Mhm. All right, going to the dual interface. It looks like it's going to be very similar to what I have there with the controls. I have an idea. So I need the activity detector for sure. And then I'm also going to need a wireless receiver. Yes. Okay. I will need a tank. A relay, actually. And a chest. I guess we use a gold. Yeah, I'll use a gold chest just to get rid of it. Dual interface. I'm going to need a relay. I need a tank. All right, somewhere to put the fluids. So this one will accept the items. This accepts the fluids. Mhm. It can be any tank. This one works. -1 pH for every 1,000 liters. It's a lot, actually. That's a lot per stack. Okay, so just a little bit. A little bit is enough. Okay, so if I were to do this, I think I'm going to have this being crafted and only... No, because then it's always going to try and craft it. No? Yeah, I'll just put a bunch of this stuff in there. I don't know how much I'm going to need, just a bunch, but this is always going to accept the fluid. I'll do that. So export. Unless... No, I shouldn't do that. Hmm. This is tricky. This is really tricky. Okay, so for sure, when it requests... Actually, you know what? Those don't even need to be like like that. Okay. How about this? Um, it's gonna be a lot of me thinking, and whenever I think, I get a little quiet. So I'll put that input right here, I guess. Put it right there. Or do you not want it? You know what? It might be easier just to put it up there, I think. I don't think it wanted it to be there anyways. Put it right there. And then the 2 pH sensors, I think, will be there. Actually, let's put them up here. Right, one of them to measure above and one to measure below. That's what I'm thinking. And I guess I'll put the fluid input up here. Do you not work? I guess not. I guess you do have to be in the mech. One, two, three. Right there. Why aren't you building? Build. Hang on. Maybe the hologram projector will help me out here. Where are you supposed to be? So in that case, where does the pH sensors go? Are you only allowed to have one? Two? But where do they go? Oh, you're gonna make me find it, right? Maybe in the bottom. No, it looks like in the bottom. It looks like it's a bottom thing. Okay, the pH sensor on the bottom, input hatch on the back there. Do you accept it from the side? This is just for me to make sure it does it. Just to confirm. No, it does not like it like that. Okay. So we'll do this then. And then 2 pH sensors. I'm going to use this one to measure if it is pH threshold is 7. And this one will be 7. We want this to be exactly 7, right? Not exactly, but like really close. 7 pH. Okay. This one will be inverted, I guess. If it's above 7, let's get some red alloy cable just to confirm here. And you're turned on, but I don't think it works. Okay, so I'm assuming it works like that. So if it's above, we want to reduce it, I think. And if it's below, we'll increase it. So hydrochloric acid is on my left. So we actually do it like that. So if it gets too high, right, it raises it. And then, oh, I'm thinking backwards. Lower pH is more basic. No, it's more acidic, right? And then up, yes. Okay. So if it's too low, yeah, okay, it's like this. This has to be inverted. Okay. Just like that. And I can always just, there we go. Okay. And then go ahead and connect it. Oops. Right here. Super scuffed. So I'm going to do this here. Like that. Okay. So what I would like to do is have a cable right here. This is going to control all my stuff. And then I'll rename this one to, again, I'm getting ideas now. pH neutralized water. pH neutralized water. Okay. So this is where we let's get a bunch of cables going. I'm just gonna go ahead and just paint a bunch of them right now. So whenever we start the craft, it'll push the items there. Right? Let's also get a facade going. Facade is completely unnecessary, but it is necessary for me. There we go. So it'll only push the water in here, right? And then the other stuff is always going to be stocked, but we will only start the recipe if it is. It's a lot of signals I have to send to this thing to really make sure. But I'm going to do the thing and assume that we always have sodium hydroxide, but that is not always the case. No, we have plenty actually. But I may need to set up recipes for that. Keep that level maintained. The other thing I can do is make the recipe like craft a whole bunch of this stuff so that if we don't have enough, then it just won't worry about it. Right? I think that's what I want to do. So I don't remember if fluid conduits have filters. I don't remember. Let me check here. If I were to place this guy down and do that. You do. That's pretty huge actually. Okay. So there is like a buffer item I can make, right? Like an AE2 buffer. This guy. I might as well craft that then. Then so in the molecular assembler. Now replace something. I don't actually know. I'll do the field generators. I'll make them in a... Actually, no, the field generators are weird. Let's do that. I would like one of you, please. Super chest and an ingredient buffer. Another molecular assembler. What are you? Iron. I don't see that too often anymore. You will do... We have better item pipe casings at this point, so we'll get rid of those. And we should be able to craft it. We need a super chest now. No, right here. We're using any. Do we have any? Oh, LVs? Yes, we do. Okay. Another molecular assembler. Now I'll go ahead and get rid of thermal containment casing. Sure. So we would like an ingredient buffer. Dense iron plate and pulsating iron plate. Oh, I can't craft those yet. So this one is a extruder. Go ahead and make a stack of them at a time. Not extruder, it's a bending machine. Bending circuit 1, you can go right there. And then dense iron plate is a bending machine like that. 9x plate. Yes. Pulsating iron. You don't know how to make pulsating iron. How dare you? So 1, 2, 3, and then double that. I think should be 6 stacks. You have circuit 2? No, you don't. Okay, fine. Need to put this in circuit 2. We have another mixer here that's not fully disconnected yet. Good luck trying to find where it's supposed to go, though. It goes right here. All right, all right. What about now? Okay. This is going to be a lot of trial and error trying to set this up. I'm curious if someone has like a guide how to do this. Tier 4. pH neutral. I don't like Discord search feature. Mm. Now I'm thinking about another way. I think I will always have this stuff here, but only while it's crafting. Start exporting stuff out every now and then. Sodium hydroxide and that stuff. All right. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that instead. I think it'll be a lot easier. So we need an export bus. Like that. So I would also need a bunch of cable. I have the cable with me. Let's just do that for now before I think about anything else. So for sure we want this guy out there. So fluid goes here and then this guy goes there. Right? Yeah. So we export right here and then we export the other stuff right here. So we do that and then we do that. Then let's try and get a dense cable going over here. No sulfur. How much you want to bet that this machine got shut off like a long time ago? Absolutely what happened. Everything's broken. Which makes sense though, because I haven't logged in forever. Yeah. That means our sulfuric acid is trash, right? Yeah. No, we have a non-zero amount of sulfuric acid, so not too bad, but still. So what was I trying to craft? I honestly have no idea. Oh, dense cable. All right, you need to craft while missing. Okay. I might have enough cables to get all the way out here. Maybe. Nope, I'm one off. That's fine. I'm also going to need an output hatch. I didn't even think about that. All right, because this makes just a fluid output. Yeah, get an output hatch going. I'm hoping I can put it on the bottom. It makes sense for me to put it on the bottom. No? Where do you go? You're gonna make me think about it, right? How much you want to bet us on the top for some weird reason? Oops. No? What if you're also on the side? It's not going to be centered, right, if I do that, but it's fine. Oops. Okay, where does the output hatch go? Give me the multi-block here. pH sensor hatch. Where's the output hatch? It is on the side. Okay, it did build. Okay. Okay, you don't like that. There we go. Like scuffed as all heck, but you know what? It's fine. You know, there's only so much symmetry you can do when you have like weird automation like this. Not there. We want to be right here. Right there. Okay. Okay, so we always want this to have sodium hydroxide, and we always want this to have hydrochloric acid. I'll reduce the storage. See, that's a lot of storage. We'll just use a vanilla chest, honestly. Yeah. Oh, no, don't tell me you need wood of all things. Craft it. I need to upgrade that wood farm because it's always running out. Hello, sir. I see you. Okay, so this guy's always going to have sodium hydroxide. And then... Okay. And then we start extracting. So... Do you also work with signal? Yes, you do. Okay. So I want this to output your fluid over here. I'm gonna change the music playlist. I'm not feeling it right now. Just do stream beats at home, I guess. The OG. Yes. And so I would only put stuff there. But only extract on active with signal. Insert like that. And then this is going to be an item conduit. This is looking atrocious. But it's always been my, well, I guess another philosophy I have is that it's gotta, we gotta set it up somehow, right? I guess I don't have to worry about extras. Oops. Okay, thank you. Anyways, I do got a break, so I'll be right back. Take care of that. Do my stretches. And then I will be right back. And I think my goal for the rest of for today's session is to complete tier 4. I'm getting ideas of how to do it. I'm gonna try to set it up on my own, and then we'll see if there's like a more efficient way. There most definitely is, right? Because I'm pulling this right out of my you know what. Anyways, I'll be right back.
my God.
I saw it. It was a woman.
I died.
It was a woman.
Yeah.
Okay. God, I hate this.
Okay.
I hate this.
Okay. What was that? There's so many mobs in here. What's going on here? What the heck is this? Oh no.
Hello, are you here?
Name's Jessica.
Jessica?
Oh, what the hell was that?
It doesn't like it when you say your name.
Dude,
Everything's.
what?
Oh, it moved the camera.
No,
Turn on the lights.
Yeah, I did.
Hey, stop. I need to see the light. Bruh.
In-
bruh.
in- oh,
bruh.
oh,
move.
Oh, there's something there. What is it?
Un zapato behind there. Oh, they are.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
No.
Get upstairs. Get upstairs.
I'm blaming you for this.
No, get upstairs. I told you to be careful.
I'm not surviving this, dude.
No. Oh, yeah, I'm stuck inside.
No. You said it was safe. Okay, this should be enough hemp. Okay. But there you have it. Back. So, I'm gonna need a couple of AND gates because I only want this to start pushing items whenever the craft is actually happening. Jeez, I need to drink water. Get a couple of AND gates going. You don't know how to craft them, so I'm going to teach you how to craft them. Do this. Put that in the molecular. I really need more molecular assemblers. I just haven't been bothered to craft them more. Heat vent. I don't know if I need any. Well, since I'm not really going to use the buffers, I'll just do this. Need 2 of them, please. Get a bunch more Aegon. Okay. This is gonna take a while to craft. It's a lot of little steps. Okay. But those AND gates are going to be for telling these conduits to push items out, but only when like it's actually crafting. I'm going to need a frame box for this unless there's a way I can access the controller, right? Yes, there is. Oh, look at that. I can put it to the top. Let's do that. I guess I don't need it to be wireless. So let's just use an activity detector cover. Thank you. So I'll go ahead and put this guy right here. So we only want this guy to turn on whenever it's actually running. Otherwise, don't worry about it. So if I break that, you're gonna have to move for now. Okay, so if I bring the connection right here, like that, and then I have an AND gate. I'm trying to think here. Can I do it like this? Probably could, but then you're going to interfere right there. All right. What I can do is just move the connection over. Let's do that. Let's do that then. So get a screwdriver over. Where's my screwdriver? We're going to tell this guy to only do 2 signals. Same thing with this one. Like that. All right. So we're waiting for the actual machine to turn on, and then we start telling the stuff to start outputting. That is the idea here. Okay, so if I need to be able to connect it there, I want this to do right here, like that. And then this one should be a... I can actually connect it down there, like this. Right, and then if I use a facade, I can move the cable across. And then I want it to be connected here, I think. Or if I don't know if you're able to output items like that, though. Let's think here. How am I going to move that signal down into this conduit? Unless I just move the conduit right there, and then I can just... I'll probably end up doing that. Okay, so move the input over here. And then extract like that. Right there. Extract the filter just like that. And then the chest, same thing. Oh no. There you go. Okay, and then we'll put this guy like that. Go ahead and just... There we go. Okay. We don't need those two. And this will be item conduit. Do that. So it'll be extract with signal. Just like that. And then these two. Don't need that anymore. Oh, I was blocking the connection anyway, so it's a good thing I did that. So go ahead and do this then. So we export hydrochloric acid right here. Export the sodium hydroxide. Like that. So right now, this is able to because it has basically a 0 pH, right? And then this is not just kind of waiting for everything else. Honestly, this is probably what it is. But the only thing is that now we have to tell this to only extract a little bit. I didn't consider that. Okay, so this is where this one is probably going to be... Hang on, I can do this. I can do like a speed downgrade for the conduit. Right. Okay, you gotta watch out here. So it says every second, right? Every 20 ticks, which is every second. Okay. Safest. Oh, I have to, oops. I have to delete the old file. That's fine, I can do that right now. Do it like that. So that is circuit 1, right? Yes. Mass machine. The gears are turning. I'll get there. Watch this. Watch this. You don't have rubber? The heck? Oh, I can use those. Right? Okay, I can use that instead. That's funny. But it tends to be like this whenever I'm like heavy thinking, right? I'm like a little slow. But trust me when I say the gears are absolutely turning. You know, like one of them, this is for the conduit so that it doesn't push that many items. I'm also going to need a fluid regulator. And we can just use a simple one. I'm gonna have to change the what do you call it? The Ender IO conduit, because I don't think you can extract too much. Yeah, no, it only does like 200 or something. It's always going to run, in other words. I don't think I want to do that. Hydrochloric acid isn't that hard to come by though. So like, do I really need to do that? Not really. But for sure I need the item one because yeah, okay. We're also going to need a timer. And this is going to tell everything to only extract at a certain time. Probably going to need 2 timers, honestly. This is turning out to be mega scuffed, I think. So that we only like output a little bit at a time. Not too much. So that is where this guy comes in. Oops, you're starting to put a little bit at a time, right? Are you not going in? Let me see here. This is where a NOT gate comes in. Oh, there's so much connections involved. You can't flip this right without a NOT gate. You know, this is where the integrated circuits, this stuff here, would come in handy, actually. IC printers make things so much easier, actually. I can really reduce this. But I think I just want to get this working, so let's get a NOT gate, 2 NOT gates going. Because otherwise, the timers are always going to be running, and I don't want that. Oops. Go right here. Yeah, okay, they go right here. Break, break, and then we can go like that. Then timer, and timer. There we go. So why don't you actually output the fluid? Are you putting fluid in here you're not supposed to? If I break this, it doesn't work. So I think I do want to replace it with a what do you call it? A pipe. But for this, however, I think I will see if it works with this guy. Maybe I need to do like a delay or something. So I would tell you to do that where you actually output. Oh no. No, don't do that. Hang on. guess it takes a while for the Ender IO stuff to actually react to moving things. All right, because right now it should be working, but a 1 tick pulse is not enough for it to. Oh no, it is. But it's struggling a little bit. Let me put this away. But maybe that's not how I want to do things. So this guy is reduces speed to 1 item per extraction. I'm honestly okay with that. It's just it's very little, right? So we want it to be between that much, and that's just very little. And then this one is 10 liters. So I think I'm convinced. Let's just use a Gregtech fluid pipe. Let's use like a pipe up a bunch of. I have a lot of wood pipe. Let's do it. What about conveyor? Can I control how much stuff is moved? No, it moves a whole stack at once. Can I upgrade this so that it doesn't? Might be the distributor. Distributor is probably what I'm looking for to do the same thing with this. So I'm going to not have them. Just set this to shut off. Oops. Okay. Don't need to do that because I want this to always like work. And I'm hoping that the fluid pipes do work like that. Yeah, because this one, I guess it needs longer to actually react to transferring the fluid out of there. And we'll see how these guys work. And let me shut that off. Okay. I can do this, right? Oh, I can. Look at that. Line mode is really useful. didn't realize that. Then like that. Face down. Uh-oh. Am I lagging? I think I'm lagging. Is it me or the server? It might be the server. There might be times for me to delete things. It's trying to back up into, and it doesn't have enough space, but that's because I have the old install still there. So it's like 2 stuff. There, delete the old one. I can. Oh, I have 2 of them in there. Oh, geez, I have too much file stored in here. They're gonna take so long to delete. Oh, I guess it's not broken. Oh, maybe it's because it's on line mode. No, it just doesn't let me connect it. Why not? Things bugged as all heck. Let me connect it. It's so weird. All right, fine. You know what? I guess it's not having issues, but I'm gonna stop the deleting and then I'll worry about it like later on whenever I log off for the day. I do want to get this working before I do log off though. So we put that guy right there. It says this only works with machine processing state. Yes. And then export. And then okay, so if I do this, then it doesn't even need a, what do you call it? A signal. It just needs a machine controller in that case. Or it doesn't need a timer if I can tell this to just output every second anyways. All right. Yeah, it doesn't need a timer. If it doesn't need a timer, then I can actually just do this here. So we need a machine controller. This thing is so funny. All right. Oh no, come on. Here, if I get a cable facade right there. And then connect to that. The heck, did I break that by accident? I think I did. Oh, you're gonna connect though. Don't connect. Just to get it working. There it is. Okay, so it waits for that to actually turn on. And then I'm hoping that actually lets this pump out. We just need a little bit, right? At least. So one way I can do to test this is just give it a NOT gate. All right. I think that's fine. Okay. And then this guy is basically, I did see this working just kind of okay. So I'll try it. Okay. This is kind of funny. Oh, it looks so bad. I don't even know if it works, but we'll try it. We'll try it. Okay, so craft it. We need 1,000 grade 3 water for just that. And that's basically it. Oh, look at this mess. Who made this mess? Someone's got to clean it up here. And then just got to make sure that this is empty because it just deletes everything otherwise. I don't think I emptied it. Oh, you know, this is going to have like leftovers, but you know what? I'm okay with it, honestly. Okay, so if I were to try to craft neutralized water, this is the moment of truth. Drink some water, speaking of that. All right. And then you gotta link it first. All right, so you do have some. The craft will start whenever this goes. I'm gonna turn it off and then, oh no, I can't. It's gonna wait for that much time anyways. You are able to support it, right? What's your temperature? 295, and then wood pipe can be 350. So you're fine. You're fine. Chilling, quite literally. No, you're not. That's not how it works. Moment of truth. That was fun to set up. There's a lot of thinking, and there's definitely ways I can improve it. I already have ideas, right? Like all of this circuitry, I can change it up a little bit. Okay, so you're crafting now. Is there anywhere that tells me what pH it's at? I actually don't know. How can I tell? Oh, okay. Maybe I scan it? The current pH value is 5.89. 5.9. It's trying to increase it, but it's not working out too well. So it looks like I have to increase it even more, actually. So I think I'll take off this guy. I'll do that. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. It's increasing. This is more stressful than it needs to be. And I think a big issue is the fact that it doesn't always like move like this. All right. Yeah, that's definitely an issue we got to solve. It's that it hasn't even moved any fluids over because it's not above. I think we're okay with above, but maybe I can always increase that as well. Yeah, no, we lost it. Okay, so maybe not even use the timer. I've tried to not use the timer. How about that? Let's set this to debug mode. Okay, I can't do that. It's fine. So let's take off the timer and just have it consistent. See how well that does it. Oh, you don't need a NOT gate actually because of that. How much are you actually moving? It's like for extraction. I don't know how often it does it. That's fine. We'll see it. Should be fine though. Like as long as it's not too much, it'll keep balancing itself. I feel confident. I'm feeling confident now that I think about it. As long as like we keep it very like small amounts, it'll balance between 7 like pretty consistently, I think. So that's crafting, and then this is kind of waiting, and we're not asking for flocculated water, and that's just kind of hanging out. Okay. So I'll set this to debug mode, which means I don't really know what that means, but we'll figure it out. Turn on. Okay. I don't think we'll actually see any fluids being made if everything is set like that. So neutralized water. Cancel that recipe. Okay, so now you're crafting. Okay, so this one had too much pH in there. So now it's trying to reduce it. So we may want to... Okay. The fact that it's in debug mode is faster, so we may not. Okay, so this is where I want to see it. So it should be like balanced around 7. If you see that on the bottom left, current pH value is around 7. So it's okay given that we actually accomplish it. All right. So this time, this one started a little bit too low. Right. And now it's trying to increase up. Okay, I think the fact that it's having issues due to the fact that it's a very small amount of time. Yeah. Okay. I'll take this off debug mode, and we had to do some math, I think. So the initial pH value every cycle varies between that. That's an important number to realize. It's 4.5 and 9.5, right? So if I subtract 7 minus 4.5 is 2.5, and then 9.5 minus 7 is also 2.5. So we have to deal with at most 2.5, right? So if I'm pretty confident that we can get it just fine by using whatever the item input or the conduits, but I'm not very confident about what happens whenever it's too, like that one, it's too much. So for example, 1 per second is, if I look at how this is doing, this lowers the pH value by 0.01 for every 10 liters, right? So if I imagine that 2.5 divided by 0.01, then we need 250 seconds to be able to do that. So I have to increase that. If it like on the worst case, that it does too much. So I will go ahead and increase that to 50. I don't know, let's do 50. Okay. I just want to see what happens when it tries to stay consistent there, because then we might be putting too much hydrochloric acid in there. So it's once it gets to 7, we should be okay. Success chance is 100%. Yeah. And then we put too much hydrochloric acid in there. And then it failed. Okay. So we gotta do some more thinking, and this might be something I figure out off camera because we are running a little bit low on time. Yeah, it's almost 12 o'clock. So it needs some tweaking for sure, but it's basically what I'm trying to do. Maybe what I can do here is at 7.05, right? And over here is if keep adding it if it is at 6.95. All right. Because if it's already there, actually now that I think about it, yeah, if it gets there, then it just won't consume anymore. Right? Yeah, we'll try that. And then maybe I'll do like a... So it looks like it's working fine. And then I'll increase the... Give it the speed upgrade. So that way... oh, you already had one. No, get out. That's technically a speed upgrade. Okay, so if this is at 6.95, and then this is up like below 7.05, so if it is in between that, then it just won't, neither signal will be on, right? This one will turn off, and then this one will stay off. So that way we won't actually do anything. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to try now. So neutralized water. Just do that. That way we can be a little more forgiving with how much stuff we're putting into the system. All right. And that way it'll actually get to the other fluids a lot faster. You're stuck. Why are you stuck? No, you're pushing fluids. Yeah, you are. Okay. Okay, so now that it's 100%, it's not going to do anything, but then it has to correct itself because it gave it too much, it gave it too much hydrochloric acid. And then now that it's between, like, it's between 6.95 and 7.05, it will not do anything else, and it'll stay there for a while. All right, so that there's going to be a little correction. It's not going to be 100%, but honestly, it's the inputs are very cheap. All right. And this means we have neutralized water now. Great, great, great. Okay. So once this crafts, I want to pick it up and then throw it in a level maintainer. If I really want to add more safety to this, you know, to make sure that it just doesn't turn on when there's no more items in here, because we're not producing hydrochloric acid anywhere, I don't think. We're not. No, or sodium hydroxide. So what I should do is also add these to be level maintained. A lot of level maintained items we will need to do. I don't know if I'm lagging or just not letting me pick up hydrochloric acid. I don't know. I guess it doesn't let me pick it up. That's weird. It's fine. Okay, so if was I able to craft the neutralized water? Yes, I was. Sodium hydroxide. This is passive already, so I'm not going to worry about that. And then, actually, do I even craft it? Yeah, no, this is passive. Hydrochloric acid is not, though. I think it's because it's in some container that doesn't let me extract. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so I'll try to level maintain hydrochloric acid and pH neutralized water. I'll just do 1,000,000 of each for now. I don't care about that one, honestly. Try to have 1,000,000 of this stuff here. And if at any point it ever does fail, then it won't craft more than one batch, and then it'll just get stuck forever. And that's when I'll know that something got broke. Right, yes, it's crafting more water now. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel that actually. And so if I look up neutralized water, try to craft it again. Did you start up another craft? I think you started up another craft. Oh, the inputs over here, actually. Okay, yeah, you did try to craft it. Okay. So we'll see how well this goes. I may have to tweak this to be pushing more items, honestly, but this should be fine, honestly. Yeah, this should be okay. Pretty excited, actually. And now we're crafting, and let's just double check here. So this one started at a low pH, so it's adding more sodium hydroxide to bring it up, make it more basic. So right now it should stop, right? Yeah, it never went past 7.05, so it never put hydrochloric acid in there. So now it'll just stay at 7.03 forever because now both of these sensors are off. Which is very nice to hear. Very nice to see. So now it is a 100% chance and we get our tier 4 water. Hell yeah. Sweet. So what's next? Tier 5. We're going straight. We're trying to get to tier 6 water. But we need tier 5 water, which is temperature fluctuation. And this is going to be pricey, and I think I should start crafting it before I head out for the day. Set up a recipe for it. Yeah, so this needs UV crafted. I guess it doesn't need any, it doesn't have any shared inputs. No, it does not. So I can just throw it in there, honestly. But I need to research it first. So I need to study a cell of grade 4 water. Which is crafting right now. Gotta wait for it. It's basically done. There we go, and it's crafting another batch. I like to see it. Let's see it again. Here's my scanner. Why are you not going less than 9.25? Oh, no, it did. It takes a while, I guess, for it to move through all of the pipes. That's what concerns me. It's like there's just a lot of leftover fluids there. Make sure it has enough time, 120 seconds. It should. Big, it should, though. We're looking for 7. So actually, it started at like the upper end. It's basically at the most, like the biggest issues we're going to see. The upper end of the pH. Okay, so now it's like that. There's a little bit left over in the pipes. So it's going to correct itself for a little bit. And then now it's okay. And then, yeah, and then there we go. Okay, confirmed. It works. Walk away before I break the thing. So we need some neutralized water. I'll get a cell of that. And then go ahead and study it. I need a data stick for it, though. So put this guy there. And a data stick. You need to be set to scanner mode. There we go. All right, so you are now extreme temperature fluctuation purification unit construction data. Try saying that 5 times fast. And you go right there. So now I can push the recipe here. So the last thing I'll do for today is get the recipe going. And then we'll come back to it later. Tomorrow, actually, in tomorrow's episode. So when I craft it, it's a lot of words. You need sulfur, that, and osmium rotors. None of that should be too bad. This one can be pushed in a blank ass machine right there. Large deuteronium fluid pipe. I think I have a large pipe extruder. Yes, I do. And then rotors. Like that. It'll be in the rotor solidifier. Don't have space for it. Let's add space for it. No, right there. Okay. And then temperature fluctuation unit. Yes, we just don't have osmiridium or sulfur, but sulfur kind of will show up over time. It'll be a fluid extractor. I'm just going to just do that. Nah, just one at a time. Yeah, it'll be an extractor. We have space right there. And can I craft it now? Yes, this thing's actually mighty expensive. And then we'll just tell this to ignore missing input. And then go ahead and start crafting it. There we go. We should be able to craft it because we have UV power going into this ass machine or ass line. Yeah. So we're able to craft it now. Sweet. Oh, this thing's very expensive. That's okay. So another thing I'll get going overnight is probably just a bunch of neutronium. Well, no, I don't want to overstress the system. How much neutronium do I have left? I don't have any. Let's try and craft at least 1,000. Let's just do 1,000. Just to get it going. And then this stuff is going to take overnight to finish, and then we'll come back and make all the other casings and whatnot and set this guy up. So maybe I can also like see what's needed to do this. Or what do I have to do for this? Complete heating cycles by first heating the water to 10,000 and then cooling it back down to, oh, okay. That's going to be complicated. And it's probably something I should really look into on my own time. Because figuring this out is going to, like, on live is going to be very tricky and kind of slow, I think. Each completed heating cycle boosts a success chance by 33%. So you have to do it at least 3 times, okay? If the temperature ever reaches 12,000 Kelvin, the recipe will fail and output steam. Consumes up to 10 liters and 10 liters of supercoolant. Mm. That seems very interesting, actually. But I also remember you have to keep in mind that the purification, like every recipe has a base chance of success, and you can boost it by using some of the output as a secondary input. So like there, you can easily just avoid having to do that many cycles. But like the later water tiers become quite expensive, so you probably don't want to do that. Mm. I just look at it one more time. I have to look at it. Look at that, 6.98 pH. Love to see it. And if it ever fails for whatever reason, then this recipe will get stuck, and then I'll know that I'm out of neutralized water. All right, we may have to fix some recipes though. No, you're able to craft motors. Okay. Okay, sweet. Sweet. So I think it's a good time for me to call it a night here. I say call it a night. I'm so used to saying that. No, it's gonna be noon, and I'm hungry. I got leftover spaghetti. I'm gonna feast on that, and then probably take a walk soon after, stretch my legs, and then I'll go ahead and be back tomorrow, and we'll continue with the water line. We were able to get to tier 4 today, which is pretty impressive, I think. But the final goal is to get to tier 6. So maybe next time we'll be able to set up tier 5. And then tier 6 might be a little tricky because this man is expensive as heck. So I don't think we'll be able to do this week, the tier 6 one. But tier 5 for sure. Tier 5 does give us access to... Yeah, tier 5 does give us access to UHV energy hatches. So I think I'll just stick to tier 5 for now. And then we can revisit it another time. So I think on my own time, I'll try to check out how I can set up the temperature fluctuation one. That one's going to be really interesting. Okay. We'll call it here for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 8 a.m. U.S. Central, and I'll try to keep to that schedule. For now, take care. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.